Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. Today we're going through XDC XinFin. I've got some powerhouse news today. Some information has come my way and I've also linked up a couple of other interesting points. This emphasizes exactly where we're going in the financial play of crypto, blockchain technology and especially hyperledgers such as XDC XinFin. One of our favorite bags here at Whales of Wall Street. This is going to be a powerhouse in the years to come in the financial world. Couple of updates here through the roadmap, which is quite new, that they've added here on xdcroadmap.org, so you can see all the updates coming through. I love roadmaps and this is a great one from XDC. So a lot of coding development going on throughout a multitude of platforms, including Android, iOS, Go, Net and Java. We've got the smart contract development as well, which we mentioned a few videos back, maybe a few weeks ago. And that is including the interoperability aspect, creating NFTs and composing smart contracts and building dApps. XDC Pay is supposed to be coming in Q4 as well, hopefully for some really good direct staking opportunities. The governance portal for the voting system, the governance of the blockchain, the development, the improvements aspect, contract ability for being able to create them yourself. Whether as a small business or large enterprise, it's a simple process using XDC Ledger and format of blockchain, and the XDC NFT dApp, which I'm really excited about launching potentially early next year. So that is a basic overview, guys. But I wanted to reiterate a few things that we've covered in multiple videos, maybe a month or so ago. A couple of things that are really important and imperative to understand where companies like XDC, Ripple, Stellar and all these big massive names that are so early, you're so early into this game, it's unbelievable. ISO 20022, this is the new standardization across the world for financial institutions to essentially abide by new regulatory and standardization of how finance will be moving forward, especially within blockchain, and being able to utilize smart contracts, blockchain technology for speed, efficiency, and the way that all the CBDCs are going to be launched as well, of course. So you've got to keep an eye on these guys, especially their website and any news you see around this particular ISO, because this is imperative. You need to start looking for projects that are looking at this standardization when it comes to financial institution. I'm talking about things like Ripple, talking about things like XinFin. These guys, XinFin, have already got this up and running, okay? That's why one of the main reasons I was bullish, which we mentioned in our intro video to XinFin, and that's something that will continue to be in my mind, that these guys are already playing the game. I want to bring a couple of things else to your attention. We will go through the chart shortly. So MonetaGo, this article is actually from 2019, right? And these are about fraud reduction, so fraud mitigation network. They moved their Hyperledger system to Corda R3. Corda R3 is basically XinFin. They are coordinating with blockchain technology as well as the ledger aspect for the financial world. Okay, so the fraud mitigation network is currently being piloted by Swift in India. Pay attention to that line. We're going to come back to this in a second. So there's big things already been planning for a couple of years now, okay? Crypto isn't new, blockchain is not new. This whole switch over, this great reset, the World Economic Forum, all of this Agenda 30 is not new. This was signed years ago, okay? We're just seeing it play out. And those that don't know about Agenda 30, go and download it off the UN website, have a read. It's got anything and everything you want to know to plan your life for the next 8-9 years. In some cases, run. If you anticipate some of the things that are coming our way. So obviously big things relating to R3. If you don't know what R3 is, go and check out our intro video because we do go in depth. But as a top line, R3 Corda was actually created by a load of old banking CEOs. Ask yourself, why are your local banks closing down? Why are the banks all quiet all of a sudden? They're not in the news anymore. It's weird. Do you know what I mean? But the reason is because this sort of thing is coming. If you don't realize that, then pay attention to the research that's out there, okay? This isn't conspiracy theories anymore like it was a few years ago. This is now reality, okay? So pay attention to those kind of things. R3 is absolute giant, and these guys are partnered with pretty much every banking major institution in the world. This is what's going to take over our existing systems. To back that up, recently, obviously that was from 2019. And people go, oh, that's an old article. Well, this one's a new one. This one's a few days old, guys. MonetaGo, bear in mind, now linked with R3 Corda using their Hyperledger system, are now announcing a new platform to combat financing fraud in trade finance on a global level. That is amazing. But who are they doing it with? I'll tell you who they're doing it with. They're doing it with Swift. Okay? Swift is the largest, most powerful system in the world to ensure processing of transactions. Okay? Swift will be replaced. Okay? They'll probably still exist, but they'll be replaced with technology utilized via blockchain. These guys, MonetaGo, who are helping with the fraud aspect of it, are using R3 Corda, XDC, as their ledger. Ripple, of course, will be used for bridging and interoperability, removing things like exchange rates, adding speed and efficiency, as will XDC. These guys, Swift, have a multitude of institutional value. Okay, massive banks, massive companies already involved with Swift. Yeah, pretty much any payment, you've got BACS, you've got Swift, of course. Yeah, so typically transactions can sometimes take up to 7 days on this ledger. Okay, that's mad. It's costing countries millions of thousands of millions, like so much money. Energy aspect, which we covered in an energy video before, all of this is going to get removed to speed everything up, to have everything on a controlled system. Your finance is going to be on an app on your phone. That's why the banks are shutting down. Everything's going digital. Eventually, biometrics. We've covered that. Visa are putting a patent through in the US right now for biometric payments. Microsoft are putting through a patent for human sensors to be built within us. Because now everything, as we move forward, will go into an AI, IoT structured environment, which we've covered in previous videos. Across the board, anything and everything will be connected to the internet, and to a point, financially world, where you guys and myself will be stuck in a system where we've got everything now on smartphones and potentially in our bodies very soon, that we will have that element of control put upon us. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? If not, you might not be able to buy this or that, or we'll stop you from doing this. That is a potential opportunity of the things to come. But more importantly, to follow the money, that the banking world is changing to this system. Irrespective of what you think of your conspiracy theories from years ago of what universal digital currency being replaced, banks being replaced, it's happening. The information is out there. You just got to find it, and hopefully we've brought some of it to you guys. Have a read through this website when you get some time. Here we go. Fingerprints cannot be reverse engineered to reveal the data that created them. This all of this is talking about the same thing. ITFA here. This is all part of an organisation here, International Trade and Forfeiting Association. Massive supply chain. It's all linked, guys. All these companies that we're talking about in crypto, in blockchain technology, are all linked because the world is switching. Great reset. Make a problem, have the solution ready, and then everyone's happy with it. Everyone doesn't realise it's even happened. I'm not going to name the things in the last few years that have occurred. I think everyone knows. It's all part of the plan of Agenda FA. Have a look. It's not a theory. Go and read it and you will understand everything, I promise you. ITFA, here again, some fintech members now focus on advanced value propositions such as fraud prevention in the area of double invoicing financing, e.g. MonetaGo, which we've just announced, as well as tokenization and smart contract technology, e.g. XinFin, R3. Guys, I'm spelling it out for you. Big things are coming. We've got INATBA, INATBA as well, massive organisation, pretty much a big task force. Look at these companies. Go and have a look through this and go and, if you, not financial advice, but I'm personally now looking at all of these companies. I've got some of these anyway, but you know AV. There's multitude of them, absolute multitude. More importantly, banks are here, okay? BBVA, massive, big blockchain companies, blockchain organisations. Got a Dash on there. You've got Algorand. I'm just going to scroll down. I want to point out one before I pick out. VeChain, when we just mentioned about supply chain. Hello, this one here, this one's what I love. R3 is on here, Quant's on here. There's loads of them. Pay attention to these ones because these are the ones that are going to make a gigantic difference in the next, from now to the next 10 years and beyond. This is an opportunity for people to become new elites, I think. So what else did I want to pull out? GitHub. To confirm a lot of this stuff, GitHub is very much around the coding aspect and what people are looking to do, helping with coders to here's like what you need to do is the coding, etc. The hashtags, etc. is on here. XDC Swift, initial 2 months ago, already been planning it. Licensing, XDC Swift, PodSpec, added demo app. Hello, guys, it's all here. It's all happening. The licensing is happening. The Swift application. I'm not spelling this out any more than I already am. I'm not saying it's just XDC because there's a lot more involved. But XDC, in my opinion, is so under the radar, so undervalued and underestimated, unknown. It's mental. Guys, I'm going to leave all that with you. Let's go into the chart and see what we've got here. Before we do, if you find this video informative, please press that big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And make sure you press that bell button to ensure you get notified of all the awesome videos coming our way. I won't do a gigantic analysis into this because we did one maybe a few days back. What's interesting is this line here is playing out that we drew in before. And those that are saying, oh, you're doing 3 different scenarios. Well, that's because 3 different scenarios can always happen. So we drew out those as levels of interesting support and resistance levels. Sorry. This potential buying opportunity isn't one that I've got in personally, but it's one that I said to think about. We've hit that today. Bang on. Right today. Hopefully today we'll see a bit more of an interesting movement as to where we're going. But I did say that we'll probably test this area down here. I did put a cheeky one down here. I sold some XDC back up here around 18-19 cents. And I took some strategic actions along the way down to beat back down there. Why did I put this down here? Not because I don't believe in XinFin. I believe in it fully. But we don't have many support areas. If you remember the conversation before, we don't have many support levels or resistant areas around these particular areas around here, around July and around sort of 10th, 11th of August, around that sort of 10-9 cents mark. And that's going to be a bit of a battle because we had this parabolic run here. This always concerns me, and you've always got to anticipate that at some point, especially when RSI gets to like beyond 75, in my opinion, you need to start taking some profits, or even like 70 onwards to take profits. That way, you're reducing your risk. You have the opportunity to reaccumulate on the way down. Unless you're holding, wherever your strategy is, there's always a good opportunity to take profits along the way, okay? So we're entering a period right now. If someone said to me, is it a good time now to buy XDC? I would say, not financial advice, but in my opinion, I believe it is. You're reducing the risk. Of course, it could still come down to these levels. Absolutely. But you're reducing the risk. If you were buying back up here, you got a massive risk because you're then dropping another 5 to maybe even 7 or 8 cents in total. If we look here, we put these lines in. This takes it to 54%. This one is 45. So these are good, in my opinion, good areas to buy at percentage levels. Sometimes you don't hit them, but at least you've hit some on the way down and you've accumulated profit. It's in your bag, yeah? If we look at this one, they always say up to 70%, right, that you can get reductions on corrections. So we take that top level here, which go up to that one. I'm going to draw it in permanently. That's 70% bang on. That's what we talked about in the previous video as an opportunity. This one here, I definitely think is possible. This one here is laughable, potentially. I'd be really disappointed if XDC went back down to 5 cents because, as I said, there's so many things going for it. The roadmap's now in place. I don't anticipate this, but it's always worth having a small percentage back down there just in case. So we're on track with this line that we drew in here. I didn't say, by the way, this line was exactly how it's going to follow out. Okay, it's not going to go right directly on the line. It was more of an indication that we might see a flowing downward spiral to this level of just under 10 cents. This is really critical around here, because this will help us determine whether this is a new support level as a real support level and we can resist it. If we start dipping down, there is always a chance that a bearish momentum will continue and we might start going to the lower levels. So that's why I'm anticipating soon is that potentially get into this area down here towards 10 cents. 10 cents is probably, as a psychological number, of course, being a rounded number, going to be a massive massive impact on this decision. Okay, so keep an eye out for it. Today we dropped down, I believe, to 0.1032. Okay, so we hit this number here. I think I put it 1050 exactly is what I put it on my KuCoin. So we've hit that one. But yeah, just be wary that we might go down to that 10 cents bang on and possibly dip down it. And that's going to determine over a 24-hour, 48 period, if we do get to that level, whether we're going to come down or up. Okay, it's all about testing levels. The MACD is still in a bearish situation. The selling volume has started to pick up again. Okay, this is why I'm thinking that we may drop a bit further. Hopefully we'll stabilize and start rising up, but I do think we need to bounce off something. Okay, we're kind of midway between two key support areas of around that 11.5 cents and 10 cents. Okay, we need something to bounce back off. This area around here is why we drew it in. It's a key area. Look, closed on those 2 days, 8th and 10th of August at, I believe, around 0987, 0940. Same on the second day. The third day, we had a reduction on a close. However, the touch point was exactly the same. This is why I drew these lines in. So 0.0997. Okay, as I said, sometimes traders on 4 hourly or even less than that hourly charts don't always go for the psychological round number. They go either slightly above or slightly below. Take your pick. Okay, reduce the risk. So learnings from this: take profits along the way, always. Have a strategy for the way down. Be bullish in that aspect of a even lower one. Not massively lower, but have a think. Have a think how you've strategized your taking a profit and how you're going to do it on the way down. Unless your game is to just accumulate and buy in dips. If that is the case, you can still anticipate potential buy opportunities on the way down, because you don't know when this will switch. That's the thing. That's why you have strategy along the way, each way. Guys, the RSI is currently floating around about 36. This, to me personally, again, not financial advice, this is a fantastic opportunity to be buying. Irrespective of it going down slightly more, I think in general, the value of XDC in the future, including short term over the next 2-3 months, this is phenomenal. I'm going to keep my buy orders in here at that zero. I think I put it at 0.87 something. So around that kind of mark personally. It's not saying you should do that, but have a think. So let's see how this plays out. If it does bounce off here, I am anticipating that we may slightly drop under that heading towards like 9.5 cents, maybe 8. But that's just a testing mechanism of this line. Hopefully we won't bear it too much and we'll come back down here. I'm hoping we'll have a bounce back so that we can take this into the end of October, into November, and start smashing through those previous all-time high, which was just under 20 cents around the 21st of August, I think it was. So guys, hope you found that informative. We'll wrap it up there. We'll cover this again in a few days' time, 2-3 days' time, when we get confirmation of that. If anything critical happens, as always, we will cover a video for it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.